in this video, we're going to take a look at using the pedestrian catchment tool called Pedcatch. The first thing we're going to do is get in some data from Overpass Turbo. Overpass Turbo is this website that has a direct link to OpenStreetMaps, and it gets its data from there. So you can start filtering out data by clicking on the wizard and start searching for your criteria of data, something such as amenities. If it does not understand the query that we have searched for, then it gives you this warning in red. So we might have to look for something more specific, such as supermarkets. Supermarket. And now we can build and run the query. So we have a list of supermarkets that was listed out within this viewport that we had fixed while we typed it out. And to export this, we click on export, and it gives us options to download it as a Geojson or a KML or a GPX. Geojson is what we're going to take here. KML is for like Google Earth, and it even gives you an OSM raw data. So we're going to just click on Geojson for now. There we have it. Done. Now we're going to log into, we're going to search for Pedcatch, which is a tool created by Marcus. Sometimes it does not show up when you directly try to log into the website. So we just search for the Pedcatch on Google so that we get the first link. And there we have it. So now that we have Pedcatch, the user interface is fairly simple and straightforward. We have the location. So we're going to start looking for this particular location, which is Glenera. So once we click on the location, it takes us there, and it sort of creates this extends map. So the blue lines tell us the extents of the roadways it has mapped out. So we might want to, and what's happening right now is that it's generating the gradient at a 1:14 ratio. So we do not need the gradients now. You can zoom in to see the gradients of each parts of the map. You can see where the more red it is, it means that the slope is higher, which means it's steeper. So we're just going to take that off for now. So this is our study area. And if we do want to move it, we could by right-clicking another origin, such as, for example, here. It's gonna load up now. Yeah, just moved it here, but we do not want to do that. So we're just going to go back to Glenera's. So now what we're going to do is import the data that we just downloaded from Overpass Turbo. And it gives us this list of supermarkets. And let's just zoom into an area with a little bit of a crowd. Yeah, so now that we have this area, to study it, again, we right-click it. So I've just selected the center of this so that it gives us a good layout of things. The first thing we want to look at is the number of markers, because depending on the number of markers, we get different focus points and different pedestrian catchment data. So for this, let's take 2, and we can move the markers around. So we had one of the supermarkets here, one here, and let's just take another one maybe, and one here. So I'm going to just take 5 minutes because that's probably how long I would walk to get to a supermarket. And this is like the general speed. You can increase it depending on what medium of transport you're using to commute, or decrease it if it is for a study for a senior person as such. So the first thing is I'm going to select the isochron type, which is going to give us the buffer of 50. And footpath. Yeah. So now when we click on start, it's going to start simulating points from these 3 focus points that we kept on the map. And it starts to walk outside and create these convex hulls for 5 minutes away from the central area. And every intersection has a waiting time, which is pretty cool. So yeah, once we have this kind of a data, we can export it in the form of Geojson ways, which would give you just a roadmap, or we can just take the entire scenario as a KML file. And once we click on that, it takes time, but then it loads and then downloads it for you. There you go. Yeah. Now we can use the KML file to open it on Google Earth, or you can convert the KML file into a Geojson file and import it into GIS tools. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you.